Well, it's Carl, and welcome back to Outpost Discovery. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit more work on the campsite. The campsite kind of resembles a scorched earth policy. Remember what I told you in the last video about some of the things that you need to think about when you are choosing a campsite. Well, the area that I chose, and I've already done work to it, obviously, is an area that had a lot of ivy growing on it, but there wasn't much there. So I just kind of mowed down the ivy and got rid of it, so it's out of, so you know, I have a clear place. I still have some more clearing to do, but with the ivy gone, now I can start taking care of some of the mess there. Now, obviously, this is not a low impact campsite. However, once the campsite is done, I can use this campsite as an example for a low impact campsite. You know, when you're looking at a low impact campsite, you want a site that is already been used. You don't want to disturb the flora and the fauna. You don't want to clear an area if you don't absolutely have to. That's what part of what low impact camping is. This case, I'm making a permanent campsite, but this is going to be specifically for Outpost Discovery. Another thing you need to think about is get permission from the owner, if it's not your property, to plant your campsite there. Because trespassing can be bad. Don't trespass. Get permission. I'm not trespassing. This is my property. Yes. You see all of this? All these. This is from the ivy, not poison ivy. This is just regular ivy. It's all over the place, okay? This cannot be going through your fire pit. This has got to be dug out wherever my fire pit is going to be. That's kind of why I've went through and I've done what I've done to this, so that I can eliminate these problems, okay? Remember, when you build a fire, the fire can travel through roots and through underground systems of dry tinder and cause a fire to spring up somewhere else. We can't have that. Not if this is going to be a permanent campsite. Now over here is where I want to put the structure, or the shelter. It's going to be a crude shelter. It's going to be made of logs, lashed together, maybe some hand-forged nails, kind of helping things a little bit along, because it's going to be permanent, so I want it to stay here. But yeah, it's going to be in this area right here, okay? So I'm checking the area because you see I found this fence post down in here and that cinder block that I just tossed in the trailer. So there's junk in here and I want to clear this out a little bit deeper, because remember what I said about this perhaps becoming a game trail. Well, if it does become a game trail, I want to make sure that the shelter is back far enough that nothing, checking for a tick, that the shelter is back far enough that deer, other things, you know, we have coyotes in this area, we have foxes and possums and raccoons and no lions and tigers or bears, thankfully. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna keep going. Now, some of these smaller trees that I cut down are going to become some of the poles that I'll need. I'm going to put them in a pile over there and then delimb them later. Like I said, I would like to come into this area and cut some of this out a little bit more. I want to make sure I have plenty of space. Yes. I'm going to tow out, I think, with the Rokon. Lions and tigers and bears! Lions and tigers and bears! Alright. I'm going to tie a timber hitch onto this log so I can see if the old girl will pull it out, or her little girl will pull it out. So, first of all, we're going to go around here and just going to turn around that. Then we're going to go back in here a couple times. I like to do about 3. Now you got to do this stuff tight. If you don't, it's not going to last. It's not going to hold. There's 1. Two. 3. Now you want to pull both of them nice and tight. Then I'm going to come down a little further and I'm going to put a what? A half hitch in it. So put a half hitch right here. A little further. See if we can't bring you all over my way a little bit more. Another half hitch. Okay. And let's end it with a clove hitch. Eh? What you think of that? And end this bugger with a clove hitch. There. All right. There she is. All right, to save a little bit of time, I've went ahead and cleared out some of the small trees that are in there, and now I'm going to go through and mow. Yep, mow. My neighbor jokes about me using my lawnmower as a bush hog. He's right. So, did you see this? Look at this. More of them. Somebody had a fence back here once. Try that again. Sure glad I missed those. 2 more fence posts buried. Well, of course, yeah, I know. You're probably thinking, well, I'm not the smartest person in the world going through something like that and mowing through it, but beats doing it the other way. As long as I don't hit something. I got blessed. I didn't hit anything. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And have a blessed day. Let's have some adventures in camping. Y'all come back now, you hear?